The first home buyer that laughed all the way to the bank. I'm going to show you a success story from a recent client who's just purchased and now holds their first property for just $89 a week. Sounds too good to be true. Stay tuned. Morning, guys. Happy Monday. I'm not joined with my co-host today, Mark Novak, on my own, Billy Drury, but we're going to give you a success story for a recent first home buyer who's just purchased their first home from me, paid $629,100 for a studio here in DY. And this just proves everyone wrong that says Sydney property is too expensive, Sydney property can't be done, the barrier to entry is too high. I'm so pleased to share this story because this first home buyer was very nervous, had a lot of help from dad. Not financial help per se, but I think he was certainly fighting in her corner. The client is only 23 years old. So an amazing story. So let's give you a bit of a look at what they've just purchased here in DY. A3065 Maramba Road is the address. It's a really cool little property because it's actually 62 square meters on title. It's 41 square meters internal, but at the moment it's a studio with no partitioning. So it's here in the heart of DY. It's actually opposite our office, if you know where we are in DY, and it's got absolutely no money to be spent on it. Kitchen and bathrooms immaculate. It's only about 8 years old, the building. It's got a big winter garden that's 8 square meters, so it's like an extra room where people use this as a dining space or a work from home space. Those glass louvers open and close, so you can either have it, closed up in winter for an extra room or open in summer, put a day bed out there. But I find these, perform so well because they don't need any money spending on them, which is really important for a first home buyer. Obviously, they've just put all their savings into their deposit. It's got lift access. It's got secure parking right out front of the lift, which was a good position. Nice common area. So this will rent really, really well. We've actually just rented it for the new owner for $650 per week. I'm going to break down the numbers for you now on what ownership looks like now that a tenant's moving in. But it's super livable as well. A great backup first property for someone that may move into it down the line. A quick sort of breakdown on how the campaign went. I'll zoom in there for you. I actually sold this property last year as well to the initial owners, where they bought it for a boat hold in Sydney. They paid $615,000 for it, so only in about that 9-month period, it's gone up. You can see there, but that was the final selling price. We had 7 offers. And the buyer found the property from our database. Now, the reason I want to just highlight the fact that we had 7 written offers, it's nothing to do with a plug for the agent. I mean, sure, there was competition there, but the first home buyers are having to move quite quickly at the moment. So I can't stress enough, a part of the success story in this case was Paige and her dad having the pre-approval all ready to go, their solicitor all ready to go, and their 10% deposit all ready to go. That makes such a huge difference because it meant when they were competing against other offer makers, they had all their ducks in a row, they submitted a good strong price, and they managed to get it across the line with no dramas. In addition, they also used a 5-day call-off period, which was clever. That gave them 5 days of exclusivity to finish the contract due diligence, finish their unconditional pre-approval, and just make sure everything was ready to go from the lending side. So really, really clever. Great purchase. But what makes this even more exciting now is the breakdown on the numbers. And this is what gets me super pumped. So I've actually done some numbers this morning with ChatGPT, and I've broken down the numbers here for you so you can sort of see how things are looking in the background. So Purchase price 629,100. The reason it was a bit of an odd number is because of the other competition we had in the background. They took the advice to put a bit of an odd number on the back end of their offer, and so when the owners were looking at multiple offers on the property at one time, they could see these guys have sort of tried to separate themselves on paper just a little bit. Now, assuming as a first home buyer you have a 5% deposit, you're paying a little more than 31,000 there. Your loan balance is just under 600,000, and your interest rate is 5.29% per annum, which is a pretty normal rate at the moment. Over a 30-year principal and interest term, your monthly repayments about 3,300 there, annual repayments of 39,000. That's a breakdown of the numbers there for you. Now, these are really easy to do on ChatGPT. If you actually speak into it or you ask it to stimulate the numbers on a property you're looking to purchase, all of this you can do yourself. So you can actually do an analysis of a property based on an investment or based on something to move into. All you need is the purchase price, the deposit you have, the strata, water and council outgoings, and then you can apply your own marginal tax rate after negative gearing, and you can apply any other costs that you want to set aside, such as solicitors' costs and things like that. So if you're unsure where to start, that's a really good place to go. Get the numbers for the property you're looking at, put them into ChatGPT. This is the breakdown you're going to get. Now what we've done is we've given ChatGPT some direction to do a breakdown. So you can see, again, the loan repayments at the top. You can see the strata water council rates per annum. You can see what the total cash costs are going to be per year, and then the rental income. Now, the rental income for this property, we've just leased it for $650 per week. It's about $100 more per week than every other studio in the building, and that's a sign that the market's moved from some of the old leases signed 12, 18 months ago. So $650 per week. It's an amazing price for a rental, given it's not even a separate one bedroom. But again, I'm seeing quality is being delivered and quality is desired for prospective tenants, because people are spending so much time and working from home now that they want something clean and fresh and modern. So it's often the properties that are slightly more renovated are doing better on the rental market. Then you can ask for the costs to be put after depreciation. Now, we lose a little bit at the bottom there, but this will put it into perspective. The net cash loss is about $12,000 minus the tax benefit. You can own a property in DY for just $89 per week out of pocket. With depreciation, your holding costs, it's amazing. Drops from about $230 out of pocket to about $90 a week. So there you go, guys. Really, really good story. I'm delighted for Paige and her dad, Pat, who's just got this across the line. And if you need any help, certainly give me a call. I can help with finding you a property and help you step you through this process. Lisa just commented, first home buyer incentives kick in from the 1st of October. What we have been given news to is the Albanese government brought forward their initial plans to increase the 5% deposit scheme from upwards from $900,000 to $1.5 million. So you can expect now more buyers in that price point to be purchasing with 5% deposits. They've also removed the income caps, which is good. Let me get rid of this photo. They've also removed the income caps, to be eligible for that. So I think we're going to see a good, strong kick in the market now. But this is a really, really good, way to show, what first home buyers can buy and what they are doing. One bedrooms at the moment, to be honest, you don't find much less than $629 now. This is pretty much the entry level price point. I have seen clients buying, away from the northern beaches, even into areas like the lower North Shore, parts of Mossman, Neutral Bay, showing some really, really good value. But the blue chip suburbs, like DY, you might pay a little bit more for them initially, but the capital growth there is sustainable. You can see 15,000 in a year, not even a year from when the last owner bought the exact same property we're talking about here. And the rental side of it is important. This property rented in a week and a half for $650 per week, and that now sets the first home buyer, the owner, up for a really good mortgage repayment. So great success story. If you need any help looking to buy in DY, give me a call. Love to help, and have a great Monday.